scholarship to go to LSU, but you played at LSU under Nick Saban before he became the Nick Saban.
He was still a turd then. Wasn't no different.
But like, what was he like back then?
I quit. I quit football at bowl practice my junior year. He got there, bro. He walks in. And that's what you got to understand. He wasn't Nick at this point. Maybe if he was Nick, like things feel different.
Right.
Straight up tells us, we were sorry as hell too. He was like 4-7. He's like, you know what? Y'all don't look like football players. I was like, well, dang, what we look like? It's 100 of us in here. Mm-hmm. And so that's what he says, man. And you know, that year, my sophomore year, bro, I averaged 100 plays a game because I played every special team.
OD. Nah, that's crazy.
I played every special team. I had 110 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 3 picks, right? So, you know, like, I'm finna be that guy. Like, I'm not even tripping. They tell him, got to talk to Ryan Clark. Like, if you want to start meeting the leaders, he's the guy. I always worked hard, everything. And I go to the meeting, and I'm ready to be praised. Like, you're going to be my guy, my go-to, whatever. He just crushes me for like 30 minutes. And I walk out like, dang, that really wasn't what I was expecting. And so, man, we go through the season, and, you know, I told y'all, like, how my mind works. It's even crazier with football. Like, you put it on the board, by the time we go to walkthrough, I got it all. I can line everybody up. I can tell you what the tips and tendencies. I can tell you what we're going to get 3x1, X nasty, back far. I can tell you anything. So I'm making all the checks. It's bowl week. You've seen me do this the entire year, right? I'm all conference. So we had a check. You know, y'all don't know this. People listening ain't gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. 21, right? Mm-hmm. So we play zone auto. If they come out in I-back, easy I-back pro, you know what you're playing. You know where you rotate. We're gonna buzz to the tight end, right? They come down in slot. We're gonna check sky, easy. The only other thing was if they motion out to 2x2, we check sky that way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We check sky that way, we carry the seam. Because, you know, if you go play cover 3, right, whatever. He comes out, and I'm late. And I say the wrong thing first, and then I check it right. So just, you know, I make a call. Oh, check. Mm-hmm. All fine. It's freaking bowl practice. Season's over. Bro, he goes ham on me. Mother effing me. Ooh, like going crazy. And I was like, I got it, you know? But to him, if he's in the middle of cussing me, mm-hmm, me saying I got it is cutting him off. Yeah. Like, shut up. Mm. That's the way he takes it. So he just goes at me harder. And I'm still in the spot of like, hey, man, I'm one of the best players on this team, and I've been doing this for you all year. Like Pete Jenkins, who's the legendary D-line coach, always makes the joke that in the first year, 2 people knew the defense, Nick and me. And he was like, in walkthrough, when something happened, the whole team would just look back. And I just tell him. So for me, I was like, this, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like being in a relationship and being great in a relationship, and you forget to bring your old lady the food one night, and she act like you cheated. Yeah, right. Like, that's how I felt, you know? And so I took my pads off, like literally. I took my pads off. At the time, we dressed in the stadium. So we bust to the fields. Took my pads off, bro, and I was walking home. I was like, I'm done. And Carlton Buckles was our grad assistant, and he stops me, and he goes, you can go to the league. Don't do this. He's like, you got a shot. And so I go talk to him. Like, we have a meeting, and I ask him, I was like, bro, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you treat me like this? I was like, I do every single thing you ask me to do. I was like, I play hard, I work hard, I'm always on time. I was like, everything I'm asked to do, I do. I said, I'm not asking to be treated special. I said, just treat me fair. And he said, he goes, a lot of times I'm talking to everybody through you. He said, I know whether it's a game, practice, whatever it is, whatever I tell you, you can digest it, you can rebound from it, you can perform. He said, not everybody can do that. He said, so when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the rest of the people around you who I know can't handle being talked to that way, or I know who can't handle being coached to that way. He said, because I know I won't lose you. He's like, but I also can't lose them, and I still got to get that message across. And I was like, well, hell, you should have told me that junk before. Right? Like, tell me that on the way to practice. Hey, man, today, I'm going to cuss you out. All right, coach, cool. Go and do your thing. And so that's who he was, man. But I learned so much from him. I played really bad for like a stretch my senior year. you know, like everybody who ever played the position, like I wanted to win the Thorpe, right? I wanted to be drafted. I wanted to be first team All SEC. And my senior year lined up that way. It was Ed Reed, Ryan Clark, which ironically was the exact same rankings in 1997's Louisiana safeties. Ed was 1, I was 2. Came out together. We decided where we were going to school on a bus on a 2-lane visit that our coaches forced us to go to. You know, preseason All-Americans and all this, and it mattered so much to me. I just put too much into it, and I cared so much. And he like pulled me into the office one day, man. He's like, I've never seen such a good player play so out of character before. And I kind of explained to him why, and he was like, man, cause like nobody does nothing. I was like, we're not making plays at corner, this and this. I was like, I feel like I got to do everything, and I was like, and I want to be great. He's like, just play like you always play. He's like, it happened. He's like, I've had more players drafted late or not drafted at all play for a ton of years. He's like, you'll play forever. And now it's kind of, type of dude he was. He knew when he couldn't treat you a certain way. And he understood that, and he treated people accordingly.
And now even